Hey you guys, I just wanted to show you the makeup and hair up close because I think it looks so good. I think this is one of the best installs that I've ever done actually, because usually you can see my lace, okay? Like, what lace? But where, okay? It's giving Nene Leaks. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, 10 Ways to Wear It, your home for relatable, wearable, and affordable fashion. I'm Alicia, of course, and today we're doing something a little bit different. I am stealing somebody's style. Yes, I'm gonna be stealing the style of one of my favorite style muses. She is like the queen of baggy, oversized, chic outfits. She's very modest in most of her looks. She's super, super gorgeous. I mean, absolutely drop dead gorgeous. And one of the things I love the most about her is that she's so unproblematic. She just has this like unannounced presence about her that is just absolutely admirable. And you know, she's known for her own thing, even though she's married to a very, very famous man. Today we are stealing the style of none other than Miss Savannah James. Well, should I say Mrs. Savannah James? I absolutely love her style. I love her makeup style. I love everything she does. I love her modesty and how cool she is. She pulls off the most amazing looks by just throwing on a simple sweatsuit or just putting on like a nice denim outfit, like head to toe denim. She just has a way of styling outfits unlike anybody else. So yeah, I want to recreate Miss Savannah James style. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I am brushing a blonde balayage wig because, as you know, she's known for her signature blonde hair, and I've never done anything like this, so I don't even know how this is gonna go, but we are about to see because I'm gonna be stealing her style today. I'm gonna be creating some outfits that I think kind of fit with her style. So if you want to see me steal Mrs. Savannah James' style today, let's go ahead and jump right into this video because it should be real fun. Okay, you guys, we are about to start on my favorite part of any day when I'm getting ready, and that is skincare. I love to just take my time and zone out when I'm doing my skincare, but I do have to share an amazing sponsor with you all on today's video. Now, I've been getting so many compliments lately on how good my skin looks. I got people telling me I look younger, like I look glowy, like who are you dating? Who got you just shining? Girl, it is not about a man. It is about this amazing product right here. This is called Glow. It's by the brand Beam, and it is a daily supplement that helps to promote inner wellness and outer glow. This blend of nutrients and vitamins contains 18 active comprehensive ingredients, and they are specifically designed for women. They help with everything from postpartum issues, PMS, fluctuating metabolism, thyroid function, so many different things that we as women deal with. And let me tell you a little bit about the blend of vitamins and nutrients. It contains vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin K, niacin, vitamin B6, vitamin B12, magnesium, zinc, and that's not even all of them, you guys. It goes on and on and on. They're listed on the back of the bags. In addition to that, the product is only 10 calories per serving. It's non-GMO, it's vegan, it's caffeine free, so you can take it in the morning or at night. I personally love making it a part of my morning routine when I'm getting ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my Glow right now. All you have to do is add this little packet right here, which is so cute, to 8 to 16 ounces of water. I'm gonna go ahead and pour mine in. And one of the great things about Beam is that they make this really cute little frother that is so adorable. And all you have to do is pour your supplement into the water, go ahead and put your frother in and give that a good mix. So I definitely think it's worth it to get the frother as well, you guys. This really does help me to just make my supplement super easy, drink it while I'm doing my skincare in the morning. So let's go ahead and take this down. It tastes so good, you guys. I really love that taste in the morning. It's just a little bit of sweet. I love the flavors kiwi strawberry and the watermelon. Both of these taste absolutely amazing. And I want to tell you guys, as someone who wants to look and feel as young as I can for as long as I can, this supplement has been absolutely amazing. It's making my skin look more radiant. I don't feel those high lows in my metabolism anymore. This product is super duper helpful, especially when it comes to balancing those hormones, because a lot of us are having issues and we don't realize it's because our hormones are out of whack. try out Glow today. Make this a part of your daily beauty routine like me. And to try it out, all you have to do is click the link in the description, use my discount code 10ways at checkout. That's gonna save you up to 35% off your order, girl. Now let's go ahead and get into the skincare, because now we can show you the routine after I take my Glow. Okay guys, we're gonna go ahead and get into some skincare now, and I want to first share the things that I use to wash my face. So I use one of 3 products. I either use this Panoxyl Active Foaming Wash. This is an acne wash. It contains a good amount of benzoyl peroxide, so it's definitely for acne. I usually use this if I'm going through a breakout. I also love to use this Faded Topicals face washing bar. This is amazing if you have dark spots or darkness on your neck, if you have like ingrown hair issues, like little spots from ingrown hairs. This cleared up all of mine, so this product is absolutely amazing. And I also love to use the Dermalogica Special Cleansing Gel. I really love this gel. It's lightweight, it's not harsh on the skin, it doesn't dry out my skin, it leaves it nice and moisturized. So this is what I use the most. And then the other products are kind of more of like what I use to address issues. Another thing that I use is a little scrubbing pad. I don't use this every single day. Most days I just use my hands to wash my face, but if I feel like I need to exfoliate my skin a little bit more, then I will go in with this. I'm not going to use this today. I'm just going to use my hands because my skin is actually pretty clear and it's feeling pretty good. I always wash my face with cold water, and what I like to do is just wet my hands and just kind of dampen my face just like that. And I have on my little things to catch any water coming down. So I just kind of dampen my face. Then I put the soap on my hand. And then I just like to wash my face for about a minute to a minute and a half. So I just kind of lather it up in my hand. And that doesn't matter which soap I'm using. I kind of use the same process. Lather it up in my hand really good. And then I just kind of go all over my face. And I try to do this for at least a minute, minute and a half, sometimes longer. Sometimes I get into a vibe and I'll lose count of time or whatever. And but you know, the longer you wash your face, the cleaner your pores are and the better. And because I'm not using any harsh scrubbers, this is going to be perfect for my skin. So I really just like to work that in, let it lather up all over the skin, and it feels so good. It leaves my skin feeling nice and clean. And if I feel like it's starting to dry out a little bit, I just wet my hands a little more, lather it up a little more, go back in there. Alrighty, now I'm gonna go ahead and just rinse off my face real quick. And now that I'm all rinsed off, I like to use a actual like drying towel, like a disposable towelette versus a towel. I used to buy towels specifically for my face, but now I like to use these like towelettes, and I just kind of keep them right here in a little drawer inside of my vanity in my bathroom. I'll link these for you guys. They're nice and cheap because some of those can get expensive, but these are actually cheap and they're amazing. They don't tear, like they don't have any lint, they don't leave any lint or anything on your face. So I really like these, but I just kind of take it and dry off my face. I try not to wipe, but I know I'm guilty of it sometimes, but you know, it is what it is. Now that my face is all dry, the first thing I like to go in with is a moisturizing facial spray. Lately I've been using this Korean brand. It's called NK Cell. It's their triple active mist. It's a really lightweight mist that has a lot of active ingredients to help with deeply moisturizing the skin. I love the way it feels and I love the way it smells. But I like to go in with that and just kind of press it into my skin. And for me in the morning, I prioritize moisturizing and protecting my skin, and at night I prioritize like addressing any issues. So I really concentrate on layering moisturizing products in the morning. So I'm first going to go in with this Advanced Snail 96 Mucin. This is an essence by COSRX, which is also a Korean brand. I just go in with a little bit of that. I put that all over the face, making sure to get a good amount under my eyes and around my mouth. I really like that product. It helps to address aging issues, and you know, snail mucin is known for a lot of different benefits, so I really like to rub that in well. The next thing that I like to go in with are these two products here. These are by a brand called Medicube, which is also a Korean brand. And these are called capsule cream. So the first one is this pink collagen capsule cream. And this one is the deep vitamin C capsule cream. So I'm gonna show you what these look like. These have like little capsules inside of them. And I just like to honestly put a little bit of both on my hand and mix them together and rub them in. This is what it looks like on the inside. So those little capsules kind of contain the like essential ingredients, and then you have the gel on the outside. I'm going to show you how much I'm putting on my hand in just a second, but I just like to go in with both of them. I mean, honestly, I think these two products in particular can be mixed. Normally, I layer my products and take a few minutes in between each and use my fan. But with these two, they can be mixed together. So I just take about that much on my hand. Like I said, I really do focus on moisturizing my skin during the day because it gets dry throughout the day. So in the morning, when I'm doing my skincare, moisturizing and protecting are my priorities. So I rub that in really good, making sure to concentrate under my eyes, my forehead. I like to rub up my neck versus down. And whatever is left, I rub onto my chest. I always want to take care of that décolletage and keep it looking pretty. After that, I like to just take my little hand fan and go in for about 30 seconds and just kind of dry down the product a little bit before I go in with the next product. Now I'm going to go in with another moisturizing product, and that is my Rhode Glazing Milk. I'm obsessed with this product. I went back and restocked another two bottles of these because I just do not want to ever run out of this product. I really, really love it. And I heard they were thinking about selling this brand to e.l.f. So in case they change the formula, I stocked up. And I'm going to go in with that. This is a super moisturizing facial milk. I'm talking super moisturizing, and you can see that instant glow that comes over my skin with that, and it lasts all day long. Like, I've never used a product that's so lightweight as far as a moisturizer that moisturizes so deeply, and that is like really long lasting. I really love that Rhode Glazing Milk. So now that that's on, again, I'm just gonna go in with my fan for 30 seconds. And of course, the last thing I like to go in with is sunscreen. I use Supergoop as my main sunscreen. I love their glow stick. I also love their unseen sunscreen. And if I want like an extreme glow, like maybe I'm not wearing makeup, I like to use their glow screen, which has a little bit of pigment and a little bit of sparkle to it. And it really does make the skin glow all day. But since I'm gonna be going in with makeup, I'm not gonna use this one. That's what I generally use on a day-to-day basis for work because it gives me that beautiful glow all day long, and it's also SPF 40. So I love the glow screen, but today I'm gonna go in with my glow stick since I'm gonna be putting primer on top of this. And the glow stick is just a clear stick. Look at this, look at the glow. And I think I learned about this from Nikki Tutorials. She uses this every day in her videos, and her skin is just so bomb. So I'm gonna go in with that, and I'm gonna take my time rubbing that in because I really wanna make sure my skin is protected. And as you saw, I like to take that down my chin, my chest, and also over my ears because it's good to put sunscreen on your ears as well. So now that that is all rubbed in, girl, the glow is real. Now we are going to be doing my hair next, and we'll get into the makeup a little bit later, but I do want to go ahead and prime my skin right now before I sit down to do my hair, so that way the primer can just kind of dry down while I do that. And the primer that I'm going to be using is the NYX The Face Glue Gripping Primer. I really love this primer. It makes my makeup last all day. It also gives the skin a nice glow as well, and I want to keep that glow going because today we are going for the glowiest skin-like makeup because Savannah James does not play when it comes to skin like makeup. I have never seen her with like cakey makeup. Her makeup always looks like just beautiful glowy skin. Like it almost looks like she barely wears anything at all. So that's what we are going for, honey. So this primer will really help the makeup to grip, but it'll also not dull my glow. So we are ready. Let's go ahead and get into adding this wig. Girl, I'm nervous about it because I have never gone this light with a wig. I don't even know how to blend it like a girl. But we're gonna try it out. We're gonna try because like I said, Savannah James is my style muse and I've always wanted to try out like flexing her style a little bit. So let's go ahead and get this wig on. Alrighty, I have my hair in a little bun from doing the skincare routine, and I'm gonna go ahead and take that out now. Lately, I've just been wearing my hair straight. What I do is I wash it and straighten it about every 3 to 4 weeks, and about 2 or 3 times a week, I do scalp massages with a growth oil. And look at how much my hair has grown. It's getting thicker, it's growing like crazy. So I guess you can call it, you know, straight natural is what I'm doing right now, like being a straight natural. But I don't slick my hair as much as I used to, like with the edge control and stuff. I kind of just put a tiny little bit on my hands and like barely put it on there. But I do my little deep scalp massages every couple of days. So that's just a tip for you guys if you're trying to grow your hair or get it thicker. Stimulating scalp massages work wonders. But I'm gonna just go ahead and put my hair in a little braid to the back with a rubber band on the end. I know rubber bands are bad, but it is what it is. I just gave myself a little trim yesterday, so I should be all right. All right, now that my little braid is done, I'm just gonna take a black wig cap. And I don't know if I should be using a different color wig cap with this wig, but I always use black, so I'm just gonna stick with that. Hopefully we can make it work. Like I said, I have never done a wig that color, you guys, so y'all really gonna have to bear with me. But I'm just gonna pop that on and just kind of tuck my braid into the back. And I'm not even gonna bother with trying to slick my edges too much because like I said, I don't go crazy with the edge control anymore like I used to, and I don't want to have to deal with that later. So I'm just gonna try to get this wig on without slicking my edges. But now we're gonna go ahead and pop the wig on. This is the wig that I am using. I'm gonna go ahead and link it for you guys as well, but this is the Outre Perfect Hairline True Frontal, and it's in the color Peak 702. So this is like a balayage wig, like mixed colors. So it's swirled with chocolate, ginger, tiramisu, creamy toffee. So those are the colors that are kind of swirled into this wig. But I'm gonna go ahead and pop her on. And it has 3 combs. It has an elastic strap inside. I'm gonna tuck the 2 combs on the sides in. And I was debating on whether I wanna do a middle part or a side part with this wig. And I don't know if I really decided or not. I can't remember. Y'all, I'm crazy. But let's just see how it looks. Let me see how it looks with a middle part, because that's usually what looks good on me. A middle part, you know, little middle part bust down, I can never go wrong with. But she a lot of times wears like a sleek side part, and it looks so elegant on her. So let me see. Do I want to go with middle or do I want to go with side? Y'all, I'm scared. I'm scared. You know what? This side is kind of like puffed up a little bit. But I do have my blow dryer here. I think I'm gonna do a side part, you guys. I think I'm gonna try a side, like swirl side part. And see how that's looking. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling the side part. You guys. So I'm gonna give that a little comb out. I noticed that this hair in this color, even though it's like a kinky straight texture, this wig, it definitely feels different than my usual black wigs. It definitely feels different. And like seeing the blonde hair strings is like weird. but I do like it. I like the fullness of this wig, and I like that I'm doing something different, like just breaking up the mundane, you know what I'm saying? Like, it feels good. So now that I got my side part in order to get this to actually lay down so that I can you know, bond the wig down, I'm gonna take my blow dryer and just go over it a little bit with some heat. And this blow dryer gets crazy hot, so I'm gonna take that and just kind of hold it here. All right, that's laying much, much flatter. So now what I want to do is take the blow dryer and actually go down the length of the hair just to kind of depuff it a little bit. Okay, that's definitely looking a lot better. It's looking a lot flatter as well. So now that that is done, I do want to go ahead and start the process of laying down the wig. So better to get it in place, you know, and get the hair laid down before you start tacking the wig down to your head. So I'm just gonna scoot it back a little bit. I don't want any of the adhesive to touch my edges. I don't want it to touch my edges, girl. I'm trying to work with these damn edges and get these edges back healthy, so I don't want any of that touching my edges. I'm just gonna put all the hair to the back, lightly put a ponytail holder on it, so I'm not gonna wrap it or anything. I'm just gonna put that on there. And the adhesive that I'm going to be using is the Evan New York Wonder Lace Bond in the yellow bottle. This is the Lace Melt Spray Extra Mega Hold. This is what that looks like. I'm going to link all of these products for you all, so don't worry. If you're interested in anything you see in today's video, it will be linked. But I'm going to go ahead and just take the top off of this, and then I like to just dip a Q-tip into it. So I'm going to take my Q-tip and just dip it in there, and then just brush a little bit on the perimeter of my head. While I'm doing it, it kind of does get tacky, so it's easier to just kind of place the wig on top of it. And a little bit of my edges is going to show, but I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference since the root of this wig is actually dark. If the root of it was light, then that might be a problem, but I think it'll be fine. But I'm just going to brush that on. Hopefully you guys can see how much I'm applying, because I am putting a good amount. I want to kind of create a little bit of a sticky foundation for the wig to adhere to. And if I get a little bit on my forehead, I just kind of wipe it off with alcohol. Alrighty, now that that is on there, I'm not gonna wait too long to move the wig because I do want it to kind of dry with the wig stuck to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and lift my wig and pull it forward and place it right on top of where I put that adhesive. And it's better to use a comb or something to kind of press it down because your fingers have oils that can make it not melt as much. And as you can see, I got a little flap here. I'm not gonna worry too much about that. I'll put a little bit of adhesive over there, but not too much, because like I said, I don't want this stuff getting in my hair, you know. what kind of progress would it be if I, you know, grow my hair a little bit, get my edges growing back, and then take it out with this adhesive. So I'm just putting a little bit. I'm just gonna hold that for a second. Kind of starting to melt. I don't know what y'all think. I'm nervous, y'all. Now I'm gonna do the same on this side. I'm just gonna put a little bit of adhesive on my Q-tip. Brush that right there. And I'm gonna take it and just put that tab right there. And I cut around the ears when I cut this wig. I used perforated scissors that have like the little zigzag, and I cut the lace off of this wig. So now that it's kind of in place, I do want to go ahead and put a little bit of adhesive on the actual wig. So I just like to dip my Q-tip in there and just kind of go over the very edge of the wig. And this is that last step that's really gonna make it like blend in. My cousin kind of taught me this trick. My cousin Renita taught me this trick to really make it like melt. Now I'm gonna take my blow dryer. I'm gonna put it on like a medium setting, and I'm just gonna dry the edge a little bit. And the reason why it's good to do that is because I find that when you stick the wig to like really wet adhesive, and when you go to pull it off later, it turns super white. So the way to avoid that like super stark whiteness and, you know, having to like dab it again with more melt is to just let it dry a little bit, like use the blow dryer on it a little bit. So now that it's basically down, I do want to go ahead, and while it's drying a little bit more, I do want to go ahead and put some concealer in my part. So I'm just using this, what is this? The e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I can't see what color this is, but it's just like a light concealer, lighter than my skin color, and I'm just gonna go down the part of the wig to kind of enhance that part a little bit. Then I just like to take the same Q-tip that I use to apply my adhesive, and I just take it and kind of rub that concealer a little bit, just to make it stay, but to also kind of widen the part a little bit. And that's looking pretty good. So now that that's all done, last step is of course to let my elastic band really melt this hair down. So I'm gonna apply that and say a prayer. I cut off most of the Velcro and I tie it on. Alrighty. Let's say a prayer. Please let this come out right, good Lord. Please bless this hair come out right. Because if not, this sucker is going in the trash. But all right, now that that is on, I am gonna go ahead and just kind of tie my hair back out of the way, and we're gonna get into some makeup. One thing about Mrs. Savannah James is that her makeup always looks very, very skin-like. I love the way her makeup looks. It never looks cakey. It never looks like overdone. It always looks very fresh. She always like kind of shapes out her eyebrows and makes them really pronounced. And she highlights underneath her eyebrow. She usually has a little bit of contrast in the crease of her eyes just to give them more definition. But I never see her with like a crazy amount of eyeshadow. I mean, rarely. I've seen her like on the red carpet with like more eyeshadow, but for the most part in her everyday looks when she's courtside with her husband and this and that, she doesn't have on like a lot of eyeshadow. She just has more of like a nice, you know, crease and just a natural eye, beautiful lashes, glowy skin. I never see her with a lot of blush or a lot of contour. So I'm really gonna try to mimic that. You guys saw a bunch of her makeup looks. She's gorgeous. So I got my work cut out for me, but we're gonna go ahead and get into the makeup. Let me go get all my makeup products and I'll be ready to go. Okay, you all, we're gonna go ahead and get into the face, starting off with the brows. And like I mentioned earlier, one thing about Mrs. James is that she has pronounced brows, but they're not like overly pronounced or boxy, but she does make them nice and dark. I think she does that to contrast with her light colored hair. So I'm definitely going to, you know, make mine look nice and dark, which I usually do anyway. I like mine to look full, but I'm gonna try to mimic her brow look. So I'm just going in with some brow wax from She Glam right now, and it just fell. But I just brushed that on, and now I'm gonna go in with my Wet n Wild Panther eyeshadow just to give my brows a little bit more shape and definition and darkness. Even though I do have brows, I like to make them look a little bit darker this way. So doing my best to try to mimic the look of her brows without doing too much, because her brows, like I said, they're never overly pronounced. Now that that is all done, I do want to go ahead and just clean them up a little bit. I'm going to be using the Graftobian Cream Foundation to do that. And this is a color that's about 2 to 3 shades lighter than my skin. I definitely want to go for a brow highlight. So I want underneath my brows to be a little bit lighter than my skin. This is going to help with that. And I'm also going to add some highlighter later on. But I'm just going to clean up the brows with that. And as you saw, I also added a little bit to my lids. I'm now gonna take a fluffy brush and just kind of blend that out all over my lids, as well as underneath the brow where I cleaned up. And I do want to go ahead and set that, and to do that I'm going to be using the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Powder Foundation. This is in the color 350. I'm just going to use that to set the brow and the lid. Now, I'm really not sure what lashes she uses. I really do like that her lashes always look super natural, but I don't have a lot of lashes. So I'm just gonna use my usual favorites, which are my Dye Silk lashes in the style 002. I get these from Amazon. They are sort of like a cat eye or winged out lash, and I really like them a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and just apply those. I'm gonna put my glue on, let it dry down a little bit, then I'll be back with the lashes on. Okay, you guys, the lashes are on, and they don't look as natural as hers do, but we're gonna work with them, okay? Because like I said, I don't have tons of lashes. I got rid of a lot of like all the lashes that I had. I just had too many laying around that I don't wear, so I got rid of most of them, but these will work. I'm now gonna go ahead and color correct underneath my eyes. I do like to cancel out the darkness and the hollowness under my eyes. So I'm gonna just go in with a little bit of this color corrector. This is the Maybelline Camo Color Corrector. It's in like this brick red color, and it does an amazing job of canceling out the darkness as well as the hollowness of my eyes. It kind of brings them out a little bit. And then when I add my concealer, it really does like just take away all that darkness. But I'm gonna rub that in using this fluffy brush. I also put a little bit on my upper lip because I do have some darkness there. So I'm just gonna take that same brush and just go across that. And now we are ready to get into this face. So like I've already mentioned, her makeup always looks super light to me. It never looks heavy or cakey or overdone. So I'm really gonna do my best to stick with that. Y'all know how the struggle is for me. Like, you get to layering on products and before you know it, your face either looks cakey or it looks like you have on a bunch of makeup. But I'm really going to try my best today to keep it skin-like. So I'm gonna be going in actually with a concealer as my foundation today. This is by a brand called Playing in Makeup. It's by a black woman. Her name is Yolando, and this is her concealer. And a lot of people use this as foundation. If you've seen some of the tutorials on TikTok and Facebook, then you know that this is like a really full coverage concealer. So I'm gonna be light-handed as I can with that. I'm going in with this Juvia's Place foundation brush, and I'm literally just gonna tap and just try to get a little bit on there and just kind of pat that onto my skin, because it's easy to go overboard with this product. It really is. So I'm just tapping and I'm just pressing that on because I want my skin to show through. I want to cover up all of my flaws and, you know, the few little marks that I still have left showing, but I don't want this makeup to look heavy. Like, I really need to nail this look today. Like, I'm really trying, y'all. I'm trying to be a professional, okay? I'm trying to be a real content creator for once. But let me talk to you guys a little bit more about Miss James. Now, recently, it was maybe like a few months ago, a rapper named The Game from here in LA tried to come for her. I don't know why people love to mess with people that are like completely unproblematic. Like, Savannah James never comes up in any drama at all. Like, regarding her husband, there's people who come out saying they're having affairs with him, he's cheating, this and that. You never hear anything from this woman. She is like such a queen. She doesn't respond to any negativity. She just kind of stays in her own lane, in her own world, making money. I think she has a hairline, she has a clothing line. Like, she's just absolutely amazing. You never hear from her, okay? She's unproblematic, as unproblematic in the industry as it gets. But of course, that means somebody's gonna come for her. And of course, The Game tried to do that. So now that I have that on, you guys can see pretty much covered up all of my flaws. I'm gonna now go in with a face contour, and I'm gonna be using the ColourPop Pretty Fresh concealer. This is in the color Deep, and this is like a really dark contour. I broke off the little thing here, so I'm just gonna use a brush to apply this. But getting back to what I was saying, he said that he wants a woman that looks at him the way the white women in the audience of the basketball games look at LeBron. He basically was saying that LeBron deserves a woman that looks at him like those women do. And, you know, like saying that his wife doesn't look at him with the desire or the admiration or something like that. And I was just like, why is he messing with this woman? You know, that is one of the messiest ghoulies and trolls and gremlins in the industry. Like, he's just, there's nothing cute about him to me. And he's just a jerk. You know, he don't even take care of the kids he got. And there's been a lot of controversy with him about different things with his own kids. But I was just like, leave that woman alone. Like, she literally bothers no one. What are you talking about? It was almost like he was trying to encourage LeBron to look and pay attention to these women who are admiring him in the audience. Like, it was just so sad. And, you know, being that he's a black man and she's a black woman, it really was just like, ugh, it gave me the ick real bad. But, you know, those kind of things are common. I'm going to go in now with some concealer. And sorry, you guys, I'm going back and forth, but, you know, we got to talk. I'm just going to put it in the corner of my eye and then on the outside. Like I said, we're keeping this light. I'm following the rules today. Instead of going whoop like I usually do and adding a bunch of concealer, I'm keeping it light. So I'm just going in inner corner, outer corner, and then I'll spread that out after it dries down a little bit. But yeah, he tried to come for your girl. And I was just like, leave her alone. Like, what does she do to anybody ever? This woman bothers no one. But of course, you know, the trolls, they just can't leave people alone. But I'm gonna let that sit on my face for a little bit and dry down. And yeah, I just felt like that whole thing was just trying to bait her. And the best part about that was that she never responded. Instead, King James responded, her husband. And he was just like, you know, like, dude, mind your business. Like, why are you worried about me? And I think he responded by saying something like, a king never pays attention to the opinion of peasants, or a lion doesn't care about the opinions of, you know, sheep, or I don't know, something to that effect. And I was just like, boom. Okay, boom. I'm gonna go ahead and blend out the concealer on my forehead and my chin. I like to do that just to give my face a little bit more definition, and because my face is wider and rounder than hers, that is going to help to slim things out, as well as the contour concealer that I added. I just want to go ahead and blend that out. I didn't go too crazy with it. You know, normally I really go in with that, but I kept it light. Light according to my standards at least. So I'm just going to blend that out. I am going to let the concealer that's under my eyes sit a little bit longer, because I really just want that to, you know, get some good coverage under my eyes, since I didn't put a lot. So we're gonna just let that dry down for a little bit. Alrighty, now that that has dried down, I'm gonna take this sort of slanted, like flat brush, and I'm gonna just start blending out the concealer under my eye and just kind of patting it across like that, and also dragging it down just slightly and dragging it up and outward. Mrs. James concealer is never harsh. I never see any like harsh lines on her face. So y'all know the challenge of me not having harsh lines. I've told y'all before that my blending game has been a work in progress. So bear with me if it's not perfect, y'all. You know, this woman is a multi-millionaire, so she has professionals doing her makeup. I just have me. Okay, you guys, that's all blended out, and I'm just taking whatever is left on the brush and kind of going around my nose and across the top of my lip just to make it look more blended. I'm now gonna go back in with the brush that I used for my foundation, just to make sure that there's no harsh edges between my concealer, my foundation, and my contour. And I want to do that before I set anything. So now that that is done, I do want to go ahead and start setting my face. To do that, I want to first set my under eyes, and I'm going to go in with the Huda Easy Bake and Snatch powder. This is in the color Kunafa. Kunafa is sort of like a bright setting powder. This is the brighter one that I have. I do have Cinnamon Bun as well, but I think I want to go in with this color today, just to add a little bit more brightness to my under eye, because she does have kind of a light under eye with her makeup. I noticed on most of the pictures her under eyes are kind of bright. It really opens up her eyes. So I'm just going in with that on a fluffy Real Techniques brush. Now I'm gonna go over my forehead, all the areas that I put that concealer. Chin, over the mouth a little bit, and around the nose. And that's perfect. Now I want to go ahead and set the rest of my face. I love that I did the, you know, undercut with the contour. So now when I set it, it's going to look really, really natural. And to set the rest of my face, I'm going in with the Too Faced Born This Way Soft Blur Powder. This little heart-shaped powder here. And this is in the color Deep. So I'm just going to go in with that to set the rest of my face. Normally I go in with my Maybelline powder, but that powder is really full coverage and it's kind of heavy. This one is a little bit lighter. and it's not as full coverage, so it's gonna give me more of a natural set. I'm gonna set around the perimeter of the face. Now, one thing I wanted to do last was to contour my nose. Mrs. James does contour. You can see the contour in a lot of her photos. Although it is subtle and it's natural, you can see that she does contour her nose. So I'm gonna go down the sides of my nose with this Black Radiance. This is like a concealer stick. It's in a chocolate brown. I'm just gonna take this straight down the sides of my nose. Just like that. And kind of taking it up to my brow. Then I'm gonna take a lighter color. This is in the color 8001. This one is in the color 8003. And I'm gonna take this and go right down the middle. And as you can see, this is a lighter, more like tan-ish color. So I'm gonna go straight down the middle with that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and blend out the chocolate brown first using this little flat brush. Then I'm just gonna take my ring finger and go down the middle of my nose to blend out the lighter color. And I'm kind of going over the chocolate brown as well, just to kind of make it look more seamless, and that really helps to make everything look a little bit more blended, hopefully. But I do want to now go ahead and just sort of set on top of my nose contour that I just did. I'm gonna use that same brush that I used to set my concealer. I'm just gonna use whatever's left on there. Now, another thing that I did mention is that she does add a little bit of color to sort of shape out the crease of her eyes. So I'm gonna go in with a cool brown using this Juvia's Place, the Masquerade Mini. And I'm just gonna use this sort of cool brown color right here in the crease of my eyes, just to give them a little bit of definition. And that's really all I'm gonna do with the eyes. Another thing that I noticed is that she does tend to use a highlighter. So I do wanna add a little bit of a highlighter to my face. I'm gonna do that using the Juvia's Place, the Warrior palette. And this is the highlighting and bronzing palette. So I'm just gonna go in with, I think I'm gonna use this color here, which is like a pinkish highlighter. I'm just gonna take that on this like slanted Real Techniques brush. I don't wanna pick up too much. And I'm just gonna put that on the high points of my cheek. Just for a nice, subtle highlight. She also tends to highlight under her brows as well. So to do that, I'm gonna use this jumbo pencil by NYX, and this is in the color, oh, I can't see what color this is, but it's like this champagne pinky color. You guys can see that. There it goes. It's like a champagne goldy type of color, but I'm gonna use that to just add a little bit of highlight under my brows. I'm just gonna go in with that. And then I'm gonna take my ring finger and just blend it out a little bit. I'm also gonna take that and go down the bridge of my nose. And then just a little bit on the end of the nose. And I'm also gonna take that ring finger, blend that out, dot that in. And that's good. Now we're pretty much ready to go ahead and set my face, and to do that I'm going to be using the NYX The Glue Setting Spray. I love this setting spray. Locks in the makeup like nothing else, and it does not take away that natural dewy glowiness that I love. So it's not a mattifying setting spray by any means. Ooh, feels good. Now we're gonna go ahead and get the lips done. I'm doing my usual for the most part. So I'm gonna line my lips with a chocolate brown lip liner. This is the NYX Professional Duck Plumping Lip Liner. And the color of this is DPM L12 or Double Dose. So that's the color. I'm just gonna line my lips with that. And this gives you like a warm tingle. It's supposed to be a plumping lip liner. Not that I need it, but I like the color. Savannah usually has a nice chocolate lip liner, and she usually has something neutral and shiny on the inside of her lips, so that's what I'm going for. So for the inside, I'm going to be using the NYX Butter Gloss in the color Bling. This is like a sparkly, sort of champagne-y type of color butter gloss. Going in with that. That is pretty. And just to kind of add a little bit more shine to it, I'm going to go in with the NYX Clear Butter Gloss. I don't know, y'all, I feel like I kind of nailed this makeup, but I do want to just set down my face a little bit. And I found this amazing new powder. This is the Carslin Black Magnetic Soft Focus Powder, and this is in the color Translucent. It does have other colors, but this is in the Translucent. And I'm just gonna take the same fluffy brush that I used to set my face, and I'm just gonna use that to kind of set everything down. And I find that this always makes my makeup look smoother and just nicer overall. And it really does lock everything in place. This magnetic powder is something about it that's, I don't know what it is, but it's like magical. I love to go over my brows with it as well when they look shiny. And really just put it in all the areas that I don't want to shine, so that the areas that I do want to shine really pop. Okay, I think we are done with the makeup. Now it's time for the big reveal on the hair, and then we are going to get into some really cute outfits. I have 3 different outfits that I've styled up that really do speak to the fashion sense of Mrs. James. As you know, she really loves to wear like street style, kind of like baggy oversized clothing. She also likes to wear edgy pieces, combat boots, you know, lacy tights and things like that. When you see her in a dress, it's always something that's a little bit different, but she really does go super elegant when she's dressed up for like a red carpet and things like that. She keeps it very modest, very elegant. You're not gonna see her maybe in the things you would see Sierra wear or something like that. She's more on the like elegant toned down side of things, but somehow she still manages to stand out, pop, and really just like create her own lane and level. I really love that about her. Like, her style is just so cool, and knowing that she's a mom of 3 kids really just adds to that coolness factor, because I mean, she just keeps it cool. Like, I never feel like her outfits are like fussy or extra or uncomfortable. They always look really comfortable, really cool. They still look expensive, luxurious, upscale, and all of that, but there's just something about the way she wears things that just looks so cool. Like, that street style is there, but also that elegance, that poise, that put togetherness, it's always there. So I'm gonna try to mimic that with my 3 little outfits. So we're gonna go ahead and remove this hair wrap and take off my little, you know what, let me go ahead and do that with you guys so y'all can see the real. And just in case I need to add a little bit of foundation to the front of the wig cap, I can do that right now. So I'll go ahead and take it off now. So y'all don't think I'm hiding it from y'all. Let's go ahead and take it off. But yeah, trying to embody, this is why I dry down that adhesive, because this comes right off. If I didn't dry it down and I just put that on, I'm gonna have to peel it off and it's gonna create like a white cast. So, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And blow drying down the length of that hair really made the difference in making it look more you know, just straighter and more tamed. It was a lot more puffy before I did that, but I feel like I look like Savannah James right now, okay? Maybe, you know, 40 pounds heavier, but girl. Oh, I wish you could see this video. Savannah James, I love you, girl. Let's get into some looks. If she sees, I hope she let me know if I nailed the looks or not. Hey guys, I just wanted to show you the makeup and hair up close because I think it looks so good. I mean, I can't even see the lace, and I think this is one of the best installs that I've ever done actually, because usually you can see my lace, okay? I don't even be trying that hard, but at the same time, I don't care that much either, but I cared today, and I think I did an amazing job. But let's get into some outfits. I just had to show y'all, like, what lace, but where, okay? It's giving Nene Leakes. Okay, you all, here is my first Savannah James inspired outfit. Now, one thing my good sis is gonna do is wear some oversized denim. I swear, out of all the pictures that I found, oversized denim outfits was like her #1 go-to. And one thing I have to say is that you don't really find a lot of images of her showing a lot of skin. She's very, very conservative. So she likes things oversized. She likes to be covered up. She has an amazing body. I'm talking about T, okay? That body is T. But she likes to be covered up and wear oversized things. And I love that about her, because it's like, we know what she's working with up under there. We know why King James stayed with her since they were in high school, because that body is T up under there. But she likes to be covered up, and I just think that's so cool. She loves a good oversized moment, whether it's sweats, denim, an oversized shirt, an oversized vest, like puffer vests and things like that. That's generally what she wears. So I wanted to create a look that featured denim, oversized pieces, really cool pieces, but also that signature contrast that she likes to add to her outfits. She always puts in something that just isn't supposed to be there, or that's unexpected or a little different. So I love that about her as well, because that's similar to my style. So I threw on this oversized shacket. It has like holes in the sides, which makes it very unique. And I decided to go with these double layered jeans. These are from Shein. I decided to cuff them to make them look just a little bit more edgy and different. And I threw on, of course, as you can see, some gold heels and a gold bag, because like I said, that contrast is usually there with her outfits. She'll throw in something that's unexpected, like a really dressy bag or a fuzzy hat, or, you know, just something that you wouldn't really expect. So that's what I wanted to do with this look. It's super casual and oversized, but the gold accessories kind of bring in that like unexpected element. I have on a simple white bodysuit underneath, and yeah, I love the way this turned out. I think this is definitely hitting on her signature style. You know, she doesn't wear anything that's like crazy tight unless it's like red carpet, or she's going for a sexy look. I did find some sexy looks. You all might have seen some of them, but for the most part, when you see her like out and about or at games, she's like super casual and oversized. So I think this is a really great look to kind of embody her style. The double layered jeans are kind of funky and cool. And then of course with the heels, just does something different. This oversized jacket with like that nice little detail on the sleeves. Different, cute. I think it's hitting on Mrs. James. Let's go ahead and get into another look that I think really touches on her signature style. Okay folks, here is my next outfit, and this is another look that I think embodies Mrs. Savannah James' style. Like I said, she's always pretty covered up and conservative. Occasionally she will throw in something that's a little bit sexy, and she'll usually contrast that with something that's still oversized or, you know, kind of grungy. She nails that like elegant grunge vibe. I don't even know how those two can be together, but somehow it works for her. She pulls off grunge, but at the same time it always looks elegant and well put together. So I try to go for a look like that with this outfit. So I'm wearing this faux leather bodysuit, which is like a bustier, but it's also a bodysuit. I have it on with my camo pants. These are like official military camouflage pants that I got years and years ago at a thrift store. I have on chocolate brown heels, and of course on the top I have on this really neat oversized menswear blazer. Threw in a chocolate brown bag to tie everything together, and I really love this look. The pants are kind of loose and just kind of flow off of me. The blazer is oversized. Of course I have that nice sexy fitted bodysuit on, and then a nice pair of heels. So I'm really loving the way this came together. The contrast is certainly there. It's a fun outfit, it's sexy, but it's also a little bit conservative, if you will, so I'm not showing too much at all. So I really like this look, and I definitely think this also embodies her signature style with that street style vibe, you know, like I mentioned, the grunge, but also the elegance and the contrast. It really keeps everything super modern. That's what I love about her style. It's very, very modern, and it's always something that's unexpected. So she keeps us guessing in a good way. So yeah, this is the next outfit. I love it. Super cute. I want to show you all one more look that I think embodies the style of Savannah James. Okay, here it is, the last look, you guys. And one thing about Mrs. James is that she's gonna put on a suit, honey. She definitely has that androgynous, cool, street style vibe down. And I love the way she wears suits. Sometimes she'll wear them with sneakers, she'll wear them with flats. She is not afraid to put on a pair of flats, but she also does heels, of course. I've seen her wear some of the coolest suits, and I've gotten so many ideas from her on how I can rock mine, including this look. So I basically have on a short sleeve tan suit. As you can see, it has black buttons. This is from Nasty Gal, I believe, and it has a little like cuffed bottoms on the pants. I love this suit. I decided to do something a little bit edgy underneath because that's what she would do. She usually will add a little bit of an edge to her outfit. So there's always some sort of contrast or something unique about her look. So I definitely could have went with a simple camisole or something like that, but then that would not be Mrs. James' MO. So I decided to go with this little sheer long sleeve top underneath. I have on a black bralette, and I think this looks so nice. Simple black heels on the feet, black strappies, and I threw in this little studded bag for a little more edge, but I love this look. I feel like I am really embodying her style with this because, like I said, she'll always take a suit and do something unexpected with it. So, loving this. Yeah, what do you guys think of my 3 outfits? I think they really did a good job of nailing her vibe. But y'all let me know in the comments, and also let me know if you think of Savannah James as like a style icon, you know, a fashionista. I would love to know because I don't know if a lot of people do, but I really do. I've loved her style for years. And I just also love her personality. The few occasions where people will interview her or she'll put herself on social media, she just seems hella cool. So I really, really like her as a person. But her style, yeah, it's been an inspiration for a while now. So yeah, last look. Hope you guys love the video. Okay, you guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the video here because I am feeling this outfit, and I think I'm going to leave this wig on today. I'm actually gonna run out and get my coffee wearing this just to see the reaction of the folks because I'm feeling it. I am really feeling this look, but I really hope you all enjoyed this little get ready with me / steal her style video featuring the gorgeous and lovely Miss Savannah James. I hope that she will be proud of this video and that she'd be proud of my very natural makeup because I think I did a good job, and of course of my outfits that I tried to imitate her signature style. So hopefully she will be proud. I would love to know in the comments what you all think of the outfits as well as the hair. Y'all know I love to hear what y'all think, and make sure you check out today's video sponsor, Beam. Check out their product Glow. It is absolutely amazing, especially if you're trying to balance your hormones and, you know, decrease those fluctuations in your metabolism. If you're suffering from PCOS or irregular menstrual cycles, if you're suffering from postpartum symptoms, if you're suffering from hair loss, dull skin, this product is amazing for all of those things. They really do take into account all of the major issues that our bodies go through. So you have to check out this product. I've linked it in the description for you, and be sure to use my discount code 10ways at checkout. That's going to save you up to 35% on your order. You guys, this is a product you definitely want to use, especially if you want that year-round glow. Summer just ended. You know, we were all glistening and glowing in the summer, but it doesn't have to end there. Check out Glow today. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you hit that subscribe button before you go. Everything you saw in today's video is linked in the description. And to all my regulars, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the comments. Love you guys. Bye. Mwah.